Chapter 51. Is there something wrong with your brain? You are listening at novelfull.audio. As soon as he approached the door of the studio, he heard a quarrel coming from inside. Under the hoe that Lin Luo was swinging vigorously, Mingtai's corner of the wall was about to collapse. Manli's attitude towards him was almost to the point of being annoyed when she saw him. Even if they were discussing business now, Manli would scold him if she got the chance. Lin Luo chuckled and looked at the directions that were watching him. He pushed the door and entered the studio. The sound of the door opening startled several people in the room. After seeing that it was Luo Lin who came in, everyone's reactions were different. Manli was surprised. Luo Lin, that she waved and ran over, standing in front of Lin Luo. Her eyes finally reached a sticky and stringy state. Mingtai's expression was instantly gloomy. Guo Qian's face was not good either, and he frowned and stared at Lin Luo. Luo Lin, what on earth are you going to do? This is our military base, what does it have to do with you? After being confronted last time, Mingtai didn't say please leave again, but he was still very angry. 5 reincarnations were also sitting beside him. Seeing this, they quickly stood up, put their hands on their waists, and pretended to draw their guns. These people are reckless. As long as they can complete the task, there is nothing they dare not do. Lin Luo looked at the reincarnations, his eyes flashing. If it weren't for the bad action now, it would easily cause Manli to misunderstand. He would have wanted to kill these people on the spot. Then he looked at Mingtai, he smiled and said, "It's early in the morning, team leader Ming is a little angry. What's the matter? Miss Cheng has been busy recently, and I haven't had time to calm you down." Hearing him mention Cheng Jinyun, Mingtai became even angrier. He also put his hand on the waist, his face gradually colder. "I asked Jinyun, she said that there is no one named Luo Lin in their place. Who are you?" Hearing this, Manli was also stunned, but Lin Luo was not nervous. He had known for a long time that as long as Mingtai asked Cheng Jinyun, his identity would be exposed. But what can he do? The corners of the wall have collapsed. Mingtai's plot has nothing to do with me. Lin Luo reached out and held Manli's wrist, pulling her to his side. Then he naturally held her thin waist. He raised his head and said arrogantly, "My name is Luo Lin, don't you know? Besides, I said Cheng Jinyun might know me, but I didn't say she would definitely know me. Anyway, I am a Communist Party member. Believe it or not. A member of the 21st century from a parallel world is also a member of the party, right? It makes sense. I came here today just to find Manli. I don't care what you military officials are talking about." Lin Luo pouted. "It's just that the smuggling ship was intercepted. What's there to quarrel about?" "What?" Mingtai was stunned. Guo Qian's face suddenly changed, and he winked at Manli frantically, but Manli pretended not to see it. As a pure love brain, for her, as long as the person she likes is happy, other things don't matter. "What smuggling?" Mingtai's eyes were sharp. Guo Qian suddenly pulled out a gun, stepped forward and pointed at Lin Luo. "Luo Lin, I warn you to leave quickly. Otherwise, even if you are a communist, I will kill you anyway." Swish. The 5 reincarnations pulled out their guns at the same time. Manli broke free from his embrace, her expression cold, and also took out 2 guns from her arms. Both sides pointed at each other. "You Manli!" Guo Qian roared, "Remember your identity, you are betraying the party and the country." Manli was not to be outdone. "Adjutant Guo, you should know. What organization, what party, and the country, I don't care about any of them, I only care about him. Put down the gun. Put down your gun first." The 2 sides shouted at each other across the hall, being blocked by Manli behind him. Lin Luo felt warm in his heart, but it was not in line with his character. Stretching out his hand, he pulled Manli back to his side. He made up his mind, after the mission is completed, let her leave the military camp. As for Mingtai and Guo Qian, let them bite themselves. "Mingtai, you don't know yet, do you?" Lin Luo smiled, ignoring Guo Qian's anger, and said, "There are some things that you may have to ask this adjutant Guo. I came here today simply to find Manli to attend the banquet." You continue to chat. In the original plot, after Mingtai knew about the smuggling, he had the idea of leaving the Military Control Commission. Telling him about this in advance is to speed up the process. At the same time, it can also speed up the progress of the task. Manli, who was hugged in his arms, blushed and pulled the corner of Lin Luo's clothes. There is something I want to tell you. Seeing Lin Luo looking down, she said in a deep voice, I received a telegram yesterday. Boss Dai is on his way to the Magic City and is expected to arrive soon. Also, the former principal of the military academy seems to be coming too. He is Ming Tai and my teacher. Guo Qian stood there, and his expression management almost collapsed. Never expected that Yumonli would betray so thoroughly. Even this top secret thing was told to that Luo Lin. Let's look at Ming Tai. After a long silence, he finally figured out everything. No wonder Boss Dai was so anxious and flew to Shanghai overnight. No wonder the teacher came here in a hurry. It turned out that all this was because the smuggling ship was intercepted. In addition, Uncle Li has been brainwashing him recently, and Ming Tai's path in his heart suddenly became clear. There was a car approaching outside the house. Lin Luo's heart moved, and he patted Monli's fat behind. There was no time to marvel at her amazing elasticity. Monli, pick up the gun. Okay. Without thinking too much, Monli raised her gun without hesitation and pointed it at Guo Qiyu and others in front of her. Guo Qiyu didn't react. Tap tap tap. Footsteps sounded. Bang. The door of the photo studio was kicked open. Under the protection of 7 or 8 secret agents, Wang Manchun walked into the photo studio in military uniform. The first thing she saw was Lin Luo and Monli hugging each other. However, there were not only the two of them in the room. Wang Manchun's pupils shrank. Ming Tai. Why are you here? At the moment he saw Wang Manchun appear, Ming Tai dodged and wanted to run, but it was too late, as more than a dozen secret agents ran into the photo studio. Rifles and pistols were raised at the same time, aimed at everyone standing in the room. Monli's body tensed up, and she wanted to turn around and point her gun at Wang Manchun, but she was held by Lin Luo and couldn't move. Big, sister-in-law. Ming Tai instantly returned to his appearance as a neighbor's boy, laughing. However, Wang Manchun didn't buy his tricks at all now. After frowning slightly, she turned her head and didn't bother to pay attention to him. When Luo Lin was caught in the photo studio before, Wang Manchun suspected that there must be something fishy about this matter, so, after receiving the report from her subordinates, she immediately took her men and hurried to the photo studio. Sure enough, so many accomplices were caught. As long as the physical evidence is collected, Minami Yoko shouldn't say anything. Wang Manchun thought. She walked to Lin Luo, with a mischievous smile on her lips. Oh, isn't this our Commander Luo? Commander Luo is a pillar of the country and a young talent. How could he appear here? Could it be? Could it be? What could it be? Lin Luo looked at her coldly. His right hand was still on Monli's waist, his face full of impatient expression. What's wrong with your brain? Where I'm going to play has nothing to do with you. Do I need to report to you? Besides, didn't you see they were pointing guns at me? Why don't you get them all arrested? As soon as the voice fell, the surroundings suddenly became quiet. Ming Tai, asterisk, Guo Qian, Monli, Omega, others. Wang Manchun's identity is not only the director of the number 76 intelligence department. From her surname, Wang, we can see the power of her family in the pseudo-government. However, this person named Lorraine actually dared to call her a fool in front of so many people. Awesome. Awesome. On the other hand, Wang Manchun seemed to be a little confused by the scolding. Her face was visibly red. On weekdays, no one dared to say swear words in front of her, not to mention, like today, using dirty words to scold her. The most uncomfortable thing is, she was even speechless. When she first entered the door, it was indeed as Luo Lin said, the two sides were facing each other with guns. They were obviously not from the same camp. If the other side was really an agent sent by the enemy party, wouldn't it be more confirmed that Luo Lin was a good person? Wang Manchun couldn't accept it, and didn't want to face the reality. She held it in for a long time. She gritted her teeth and ordered, take everyone back. Let someone search the entire studio, and all suspicious clues, bring them back to number 76. Yes. Then. Where is Chief Luo? Wang Manchun narrowed her eyes, and murderous intent was released in her eyes. No matter what, she couldn't arrest Luo Lin in front of so many people with a trumped-up excuse. After all, his identity is a consultant of the Special High Section. The subordinates suddenly shuddered when they met Wang Manchun's eyes. They lowered their heads to work and didn't dare to ask again. Chapter 52 Navy Club Banquet. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This time, Wang Manchun brought more than 30 secret agents with her, although they couldn't touch Lin Luo, but the small photo studio was quickly turned upside down, seeing many documents and radio stations being carried away by them. Hua Qian's eyes were red with anger. If he hadn't been controlled by the secret agents, he even wanted to jump up and punch Lin Luo in the face. Wang Manchun called a few people to take the documents from their hands and looked through them carefully, surprised. Smiles soon appeared on her face. Military control. This photo studio is actually a military control base. More importantly, she can be sure that Ming Tai is also related to this matter. If this matter is revealed to Ming Lu, I really don't know how he will react. In just a moment, Wang Manchun made a preliminary plan in her mind. Turning her head to look at Lin Luo, she gritted her teeth and held back all her anger. After confirming that this is a military control base, it is even more impossible to do anything to Luo Lin. Even if he cursed like that just now, he could only swallow his anger. Wait until all the clues are collected. Wang Manchun glared at Lin Luo fiercely. Shouted loudly, "Retreat!" Then, she walked in front of Lin Luo and looked at Monli for a long time with a scrutinizing gaze. Then she asked, "Captain Luo, do you want to go back with us, or?" It started again, right? Lin Luo was too lazy to spoil her. This woman is just too self-righteous. If I didn't curse her a few times, she would really think she was so awesome that she was lawless. The cold tone blocked all of Wang Manchun's words. Gritting her teeth, she squeezed out a few words from her teeth. Then, "Captain Luo, please do as you please." After saying that, she was about to take people away. Wait a minute. Lin Luo suddenly stopped her. Do you have invitations to the Navy Club tonight? Bring me a few. If you don't give it to me, I can only ask Commander Nantian in person. Wang Manchun stood there, breathing heavily. After holding it in for a long time, she forced a smile. I will tell them that Commander Luo will go there without an invitation. That's good. Lin Luo nodded and said, if anything goes wrong, you can blame me for getting mad. Go. He waved his hand impatiently, and the disgust on his face was obvious. Wang Manchun left without saying anything and led everyone away. Shafei Road returned to its former tranquility. Although passers-by were curious, no one dared to approach this place, for fear that they would be taken away as accomplices. In the photo studio, Monli was also confused. Although she defended Lin Luo, she did not want to betray the party and the country, and she did not want her teammates to be taken away. However, after Luo Lin's operation, not only did the action team disappear, but all the team members went into number 76. Yesterday, they were still discussing whether to go to number 76 to rescue Luo Lin. Now it's all right, they all went in. Forget about the question of whether to save or not. Lorraine. Hush. Lin Luo interrupted her. Don't worry, Ming Tai will be fine. I can't guarantee Hua Qian, but he shouldn't die. As for the other few people, even if number 76 doesn't catch them, I want to kill them. Monli was shocked. Why? They are all agents of the party and the state. I'm not a member of the party and the state. Lin Luo didn't explain too much. He comforted Monli. When this is over, you don't have to stay in the Military Control Commission. I'll send you somewhere else. The National Party is not good enough. With the master of micromanipulation, this party has no future. As for the future, maybe I really need to learn from Ming Tai and go to Beiping or northern Shaanxi. Lin Luo has already made up his mind. When the mission is completed, Monli will be sent to northern Shaanxi. In order to completely cut off contact with the Military Control Commission. Monli frowned and thought for a while, then nodded. Where you go, I will go. The two sat on the steps in the photo studio and chatted for a while. It was because everything in the studio was moved clean by number 76, even the bowls, chopsticks, and spoons used for eating were all taken away. They said they suspected that these things were used to transmit intelligence. Lin Luo really didn't understand this kind of thinking, and he was helpless. Let's go, we have to prepare for the banquet in the evening. Lin Luo said. If I have time, I'll go to number 76 to take a look. With Ming Lu there, Ming Tai will definitely be fine. But those reincarnations still need to be dealt with. Besides, Liang Zhongchuan's action to find someone also needs to see the results. He stretched out his hand, pulled Monli up from the ground, and patted the dust behind her, pulling Monli. who was blushing. The two walked towards the gate. On Hehehe Road, more than a dozen rickshaws stopped one after another. Many big men in suits came out of the cars and quickly merged into the pedestrians. Another rickshaw approached from the intersection and stopped in front of the studio. A middle-aged man with thick eyebrows and big eyes got out of the car and stepped onto the steps of the photo studio. He didn't pause, pushed the door and walked in directly, and in the room, amazed at Monli's tenderness, in a trance, Lin Luo didn't react until the man pushed the door in. He quickly grabbed Monli and hid her behind him. Turned to look at the middle-aged man who came in. When he saw the other person's face, Lin Luo suddenly frowned and his pupils contracted. 600 words deleted. As the leader of the Military Control Commission, he is more useful alive than dead. Anyway, once the war is over, the plane he is on will crash and will not cause any more trouble. Lin Luo chuckled and took Monli out of the studio. Chapter 53 Reincarnation Elimination Plan. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. When we arrived at the Peace Hotel, we first settled down with Monli. Here are $10,000. You go pick out some dresses. I will pick you up later. I'll go to number 76 to check the situation first. You have to pay attention to your safety. After a few instructions, Lin Luo stopped the rickshaw and rushed to number 76. Open the properties panel. He thought silently in his heart, there is no attribute panel, it's nothing more than the best fantasy of a down-and-out high school student before he dies. On the smuggling ship, after killing many smugglers, his strength increased a lot. At least, in the copy of Pretender, he can already relax a little. When the false information about the death plan is sent out, he can start the massacre mode, whether it's people like Yoko Minami or Wang Manchun, and Fujita Yoshimasa hiding at the end. They are all on Lin Luo's must-kill list. For the final copy evaluation, he also needs to find some hidden tasks to complete, for example, Lone Wolf. Lying in the rickshaw, Lin Luo closed his eyes and meditated. Pretender copies are too complex for other reincarnators, just one death plan is enough to trap everyone, seriously lowering their copy evaluation, not to mention there are side missions such as killing Nantian and Fujita, and even destroying military smuggling lines, and so on. Therefore, even if it took several days, Lin Luo was still confident. The evaluation of this copy will definitely not be too low. As for whether it gets a perfect rating, that's left to chance. He just knows the plot. He is not a god who follows his words. The atmosphere on number 76 is still depressing. Lin Luo got off the car and walked straight into number 76. The guard at the door wanted to reach out to stop him, but after seeing his face clearly, Sanson retracted his hands. According to his memory, he came directly to the location of the underground prison. No one stopped me along the way. As soon as I got closer, I could hear harsh curses and pitiful screams. Don't tell me. The bones of this thing are really hard. Is the soldering iron ready? Let's put a mark on his mouth and see how long he can endure it. That when Lin Luo entered the prison, Wang Manchun was sitting on a chair, picking his nails slowly. Tap tap tap, footsteps sounded. The men panted and came to Wang Manchun's side. Director Wang, Chief Luo is here. Wang Manchun paused in his movements and turned to look behind him. Looking at Lin Luo, her face fell. What are you doing here? As a counselor of the special higher education course, I can't even enter the door of number 76, right? Lin Luo was unmoved and walked in. There are 6 wooden frames in front of him, including Guo Qiyun and the 5 reincarnators. They were all tied to the wooden frame. He only wore a white crotch cloth. The moment he saw Lin Luo appear, Guo Qiyun suddenly became excited. Even though his mouth was blocked by a cloth, he still made a whining sound. At this time, Wang Manchun had a guess in his mind. Could it be that Lorraine came to number 76 to inquire about information in order to rescue these people? Very possible. His previous performance in the photo studio was all just a disguise. Thinking of this, Wang Manchun smiled again. Take off all their cloths. She ordered. It would be great if anyone could shed some light on how to drag Lorraine into trouble. Guo Qiyun was covered in bloodstains and stared at Lin Luo. Lorraine. Just wait for me. I won't let you go even if I'm a ghost. Just wait for me. At the same time, several other reincarnations all let out cries of ghosts and wolves. I won't say anything, but don't hit me. I surrender, I surrender. Guo Qiyun, who was trying to break free from the chains, heard these words from several people, his mood became even more angry, and his face turned red. I hate that I fell into the enemy's hands and was unable to kill the traitor. A proud smile appeared on Wang Manchuan's face, looking down at several reincarnations. Then tell me, what is the relationship between Commander Luo next to me and you? Lin Luo was stunned for a moment, then smiled helplessly. Several reincarnations were also in a trance. Shouldn't you be asking me about the military reunification camp? What does it have to do with this person? Apart from his quarrel with team leader Ming, we don't know him at all. Even if you betray your camp or abandon the mission, you won't be evaluated, but you won't die in the dungeon. This is the voice of several reincarnations at this time. I don't know him, they said honestly. If you are caught talking nonsense, you may die faster, so few people dare not try it. When Wang Manchun heard the answer, his face almost turned green with anger. After working for so long, Lorraine really has no contact with the military commander. How is that possible? She wanted to ask Guo Qian again. Lin Luo on the side suddenly said, are they confirmed to be military commanders? Wang Manchun turned around and replied coldly, so what? Give me the gun. What? Before she could say anything else, Lin Luo reached out to Wang Manchuan's lower back and pulled out her pistol from the holster, aiming at several pale-faced reincarnations. Sir Luo, I truly confess that I am willing to surrender. Sir Luo, don't kill me, I will say anything. Sir Luo, I heard from the team leader and others this morning that someone seems to be coming to the Magic City and wants to deliver some important information. Several people hurriedly begged for mercy. However, their happy life would make Lin Luo very unhappy. Luo Lin, what are you going to do? Wang Manchuan's face changed drastically, and she tried to stop him, but she was glared back by Lin Luo. I said, you don't need to ask me what I want to do. He turned his head to look at several reincarnationists and squinted. Shimen Xiaoxue, do you know him? Wang Manchun was stunned and didn't understand this sentence. On the other hand, those reincarnationists, their eyes widened, and their expressions were full of horror. You too. They didn't dare to say the rest. In the copy, reincarnationists are forbidden to reveal the existence of the reincarnation space to any character, and those who violate it will be killed on the spot. Words like Shimen Xiaoxue that others can't understand don't matter much. Bang. Lin Luo didn't hesitate and shot directly. The first person who reacted, his head exploded like a winter melon. However, blood and flesh spurted out of his eye sockets or mouth. His bones were not broken because they were strengthened. The spurting flesh and blood fell on other reincarnationists, and several of them were frightened. Even Wang Manchun, who was standing by, seeing Lin Luo's ferocious appearance at this time, her heart could not help but throb. Snap, snap. The chains that locked the reincarnationists were quickly broken free by several people. They did not resist just now because they were afraid of being shot to death, so they sat there obediently. They were 2-star reincarnationists after all, and their physical fitness was more than 20 to 30 times that of ordinary people. These chains were just decorations. I know. Someone suddenly shouted. You are the lone walker, the one with only 1 star. Only you will remember the name Shimen Xiaoxue. It must be you. Others also reacted. It turned out to be him. Only 1-star reincarnation, what are we afraid of? Let's go together. Fuck, run. Lin Luo's figure had already appeared in front of them. Without much nonsense, he shot and killed the 2 people directly, then he reached out and grabbed the necks of the remaining 2 people, fired another shot. Lin Luo was delighted, his expression solemn, facing people of the same level as himself. His strength increased faster. All agents of number 76 held their breath and did not dare to make a sound. Wang Manchuan's body trembled slightly. The man in front of him was simply a demon. 11.13. Alas. Chapter 54. I have never felt so good before. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hiss, ha. Lin Luo took a deep breath while stepping on the blood on the ground, thinking he was awesome, but actually, just a dying fantasy of a poor high school student. Of course, it is not that easy to obtain. Apart from the Kung Fu copy, if you want to get it, you can only go to the martial arts world to find it. According to the original plot, ordinary people have to kowtow 1,000 times to Li Canghai's jade statue in Wuyang Mountain. with ordinary people, who think highly of themselves. They will definitely not do such a thing, so, it is equivalent to being lost. Lin Luo's place is unique. Li Qiushui, Li Qing Luo, Wang Yuyan. I don't know if I will have the chance to see them in the future. Prison number 76. The crowd watching felt their legs go weak. It was already the 1950s, and everyone believed in science. No one had ever seen this kind of scene of sucking people into powder. When Lin Luo turned his head to look at them, everyone turned their heads away, not daring to look at him. Only Wang Manchun, with the same fear in her eyes, forced herself to look at Lin Luo, not knowing what she was thinking. However, Lin Luo didn't care about her. She could tell Nan Tianyangzi or anyone else, what's there to be afraid of? Besides, Wang Manchun, Nan Tianyangzi and others would die anyway. There was nothing to mourn. If they are confirmed to be military agents, there is nothing to interrogate. They are just minions. I suggest that Director Wang focus on Ming Tai and Guo Qian first. Lin Luo reminded her. By the way, Ming Tai has a watch on him. Give it to Nan Tianyangzi. She should be very happy. As for Director Wang, you should also want to destroy the entire Ming family with your own hands, right? Haha. After sneering a few times, he started to leave the prison and walked towards the office building. No one dared to approach him. What happened in the prison was gagged by Wang Manchun and was not spread. Following the guidance of others, Lin Luo quickly found Liang Zhongchuan, walked into the office. He asked straight to the point, have you made any progress in investigating the agent? Seeing someone barge in without reporting, Liang Zhongchuan was angry at first. Only after seeing that it was Lin Luo did he smile. He smiled and welcomed him into the office. Commander Luo, as you expected, there is a traitor in number 76. Liang Zhongchuan was very happy. If the traitor was caught, he could rise to prominence in the pseudo-government with this merit. His inner excitement was fully displayed on his face at this moment. Lin Luo, on the other hand, seemed a little calm. He certainly knew that there would be reincarnations who would choose the number 76 camp. But what was uncertain was whether the person named Shimen Xiaoxue was among them. What about the code word we said before? Is anyone emotional or in a bad state? Lin Luo asked. Liang Zhongchuan nodded gently. Noticing his actions, Lin Luo's expression became serious. Commander Luo, according to your instructions, I will first spread this code through my confidants to the entire number 76. You can rest assured that these people will definitely not reveal any information. On that day, someone followed the secret line and asked my confidant all the way. What did he ask? Lin Luo asked in a deep voice. Liang Zhongchuan lowered his voice. The man said 2 words. Is it you? Hearing this, Lin Luo can be sure that this person must be the guy in the waiting space. I didn't expect that. I was so lucky that he was hiding in number 76. The mission of the number 76 camp should be to destroy the dead spy plan, right? Or, find out the identities of the scorpion and the venomous snake, and kill these people at the same time. But now, these camp tasks will no longer have anything to do with him. How did your confidant reply? What's the name of that person? Is he still in number 76 now? Speaking of this, Liang Zhongchuan's face sank. After my subordinates reported to me, I immediately felt something was wrong and asked someone to follow him. But who knew that the man was very strong, stronger than the strongest agent under my command? Lin Luo stood up, escaped. He frowned and asked. No. Liang Zhongchuan hurriedly explained. After he killed 7 or 8 people, he was still caught and was watching in the prison. Ha! Lin Luo breathed a sigh of relief. Fortunately, he didn't slip away. If he ignored the dungeon mission and chose to exit the dungeon directly, it would be troublesome. Since he had made an enemy, Lin Luo never thought of taking revenge overnight. I have a small matter, please help Director Liang. Chief Luo, please go ahead. Unexpectedly, Liang Zhongchuan's attitude was very respectful. Send someone to the prison and smash his hands and feet, but don't kill him. As long as he is judged to be in a combat state, he cannot exit the dungeon, Lin Luo added. Find a few more prostitutes, no, find a few beggars, the dirtier the better, and throw them into the cell. Liang Zhongchuan was a little puzzled. Commander Luo, why is this? Don't worry about why, just treat it as a personal revenge. Lin Luo smiled and said, remember, make sure he licks the beggar's ass clean, without any stains. Hiss. The corners of Liang Zhongchuan's mouth pulled up, and he felt nauseous. He nodded to indicate his agreement. Commander Luo, I also have a small matter. I want to ask you for a favor. Go ahead. Lin Luo did not refuse. After hesitating for a while, he asked, I heard that the incident at the dock last night was done by Commander Luo alone. As if afraid that Lin Luo would misunderstand, he hurriedly explained, I have no other intentions. I just want to ask Commander Luo, if something happens to me in the future, can you help me move my wife and children to a safe place? Don't worry, I will prepare the property, you just need to take them away from here. In the original plot, Liang Zhongchuan also said this to Ah Cheng, therefore, Lin Luo did not dislike Liang Zhongchuan too much. At least before he died, he was still thinking about the safety of his family and had a sense of justice in his heart. Do you believe in my abilities so much? Lin Luo laughed and asked back. Absolutely believe. Liang Zhongchuan also smiled, not directly refusing is equivalent to tacitly agreeing to his request. The hanging heart was slightly relieved, but Lin Luo did not answer directly. After drinking a sip of tea, he started to walk towards the gate. When he was near the door, he turned to look at Liang Zhongchuan, who also stood up. Don't forget what happened in the prison. Remember to break your hands and feet first. You must never forget it. Also, the help you asked me to do. If you die in 2 days, I will promise you, if you don't die, you can do these things yourself. After that, he waved and left the office. Liang Zhongchuan stood there, digesting this sentence in his heart. As the director of the number 76 operations department, Liang Zhongchuan is not a fool, walked to the window, just in time to see Lorraine's back leaving number 76, his eyes flashed. Chapter 55, Teaching Minami Yoko How to Do Things. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It was getting dark. In order to warm up for the peace conference, the Special High Section instructed number 76 to hold a dance party at the Navy Club. The entire Shanghai Bund, whether it was the Sakura side or the high-level officials of the pseudo-government, all the prominent figures came to participate, except Mingtai, because Lin Luo intervened in the plot. He is still imprisoned in the prison of number 76, of course. He couldn't choose a gift for Wang Manchun on behalf of Minglu. At this time, Wang Manchun was standing in the office, facing Nan Tian Yoko. She bowed slightly. Teacher, Mingtai has been unwilling to confess. Because of the relationship with his senior brother, his subordinates dare not use too much force. She reached out and handed over a watch. This is the watch found on Mingtai. Commander Luo said that you should be very happy to see the watch. Nan Tian Yoko was still wearing a military uniform. After taking the watch and looking at it carefully for a while, suddenly, she widened her eyes. This is the watch of the poisonous bee. What? Wang Manchun exclaimed. Many years ago, when Wang Tianfeng had not yet become the director, he had a long confrontation with Nan Tian Yoko. Both of them knew each other's personality and even living habits very well. The moment she saw the watch, Nan Tian Yoko was overwhelmed. At the same time, she was also confused. How could Lorraine recognize the watch of the poisonous bee? Moreover, how did he know that he could recognize the watch of the poisonous bee? What else did Lorraine say? Nan Tian Yoko asked. Wang Manchun shook her head and said, no, but he should also attend the dance today. Are you going to attack Lorraine? Asshole. Nan Tian Yoko roared. She glared at Wang Manchun and said, the investigation on the German side has been completed, and Lorraine's identity has been confirmed. His grandfather was Marshal Ramos, who commanded 1,000,000 troops. Do you dare to attack him? Impossible. Wang Manchun felt a little uncomfortable breathing. How could a person who looked so careless be the descendant of a marshal? In fact, he happened to be a marshal of the German military. Their Wang family is not even as good as a finger of others. Teacher, will the intelligence be wrong? Put away your thoughts. Nan Tianyangzi said calmly, don't worry, the Ramos family has fallen. I'm just worried that the old marshal may have other arrangements in the military. As for Lorraine, if he really wants to confront the empire, then I can send him back. Nan Tianyangzi sighed, it's impossible to kill him. She sat down at her desk and put her watch on the table, she narrowed her eyes and thought silently in her heart. When Lorraine arrives, ask him to come and see me. Yes, teacher. The elegant moonlight falls like a waterfall. Outside the club, Monli took Lin Luo's right hand and walked slowly from the entrance. With the blessing of money, she wore a moon-white dress today, decorated with tiny diamonds all over, shining in the moonlight. The slim design perfectly sets off Monli's waistline. The perfect S-shaped line attracted the attention of all the men passing by, especially the many Sakura soldiers, who whistled and looked at her at will. Lin Luo's face darkened. He turned his head to look at those people, wanting to teach them a lesson. However, his hand was tightly held by Monli. Forget it, you have something important to do, don't let these people disrupt your plan. Monli leaned close and said softly, with the contrast of this dress, her skin was white and rosy, it seemed that water could be squeezed out by squeezing hard. Yeah. Lin Luo agreed in a muffled voice. He took her into the club. As soon as they entered the door, someone immediately came forward and saluted the two respectfully. Commander Luo, Commander Nan Tian has been waiting for a long time. There is something important to discuss with you. I know, lead the way. He had expected this scene and was not surprised by Nan Tian's invitation. Arrived at the door of Nan Tian Yoko's office, the man stretched out his hand and blocked Monli. Commander Luo, Commander Nan Tian needs to discuss with you alone. Lin Luo nodded gently, put Monli's hand down, wait for me at the door. About 10 minutes, I'll come out to find you soon. Okay. Monli nodded obediently. The door slowly opened. Lin Luo glanced at the more than 20 soldiers in the corridor, and walked in. In the office, Wang Manchun was nowhere to be seen. Yoko Nantian stood up and greeted, Mr. Ramos, welcome. Ramos, stupefied, Lin Luo smiled and said, just call me Lorraine directly, the last name Ramos has not been used for a long time. At the signal of Nantian Yoko, the two came to the sofa and sat down. Lorraine, can you guess why I called you here? She asked. Lin Luo leaned against the sofa and was silent for a moment. He wanted to speed up the task. We can't be like them, testing each other and guessing. If you have anything to say, just say it directly. As long as the bait is big enough and sufficient, there is no need to worry that Minami Yoko will not take the bait. He did not answer the question directly, but asked, Captain Minami, have you heard of a viper? Viper? Minami Yoko's eyes narrowed. Do you know who he is? In the intelligence of the Special High Section, Viper and Venom B are at the same level, but the level of confidentiality of Viper is countless times higher than that of Venom B. Until now, the Special High Section does not know the specific identity of Viper. Unexpectedly, Lorraine actually has a clue. After investigating his identity, Nan Tianyangzi's vigilance against Lin Luo has been reduced to the lowest level. Of course I know. Lin Luo smiled. Viper is now attending a dance at the Navy Club. His name is Ming Lu. Swish. Nan Tianyangzi stood up instantly. As the head of the Special High Section, she had also thought of this guess, but hearing the exact answer from Lin Luo still made Nan Tianyangzi frightened. Why should I believe you? You don't have to believe it. Yes or no, there will be an answer soon. Lin Luo said calmly. Wang Manchun has given you the watch of Ming Tai, right? Nan Tianyangzi did not say anything. Ming Tai was arrested at noon. If Wang Manchun is smart enough, Ming Lu should not know the news yet. Of course, it doesn't matter even if she knows. There are many confidential documents in the Navy Club. If someone accidentally loses the watch when stealing the documents. It just so happens that when Commander Nan Tian met Ming Lu or someone around him, someone secretly hid the watch. Hehe. Lin Luo laughed at himself. It's all nonsense, you don't have to care too much. He picked up the teacup, poured a cup of tea for himself, and sipped the tea leisurely. Before Nan Tianyangzi reacted, Lin Luo said again, it's just some speculation. If someone told Ming Lu about this in advance, then I don't know. The only people who knew about Ming Tai's arrest were Wang Manchun and others. The last two sentences were Lin Luo's way of putting on eye drops for her. If Wang Manchun revealed the news to Ming Lu in advance, the result might be completely different. No matter what, she would not lose anything. After thinking for a long time, Nan Tianyangzi's eyes fluctuated, and finally reacted. She exhaled and said, "Thank you Mr. Luo for your teachings. I understand. In that case, I won't disturb you and the beauty. Please do as you please." As she said that, she gestured to Lin Luo to leave. Wait for Lin Luo to leave the office. Nan Tian Yoko returned to her desk and picked up the landline on the desk. She reached out and dialed the number. "Teacher, there is an emergency. I want to report to you and listen to your opinions." Chapter 56 Shooting the Lone Wolf. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Coming out of Minami Yoko's office, taking Monli with him, Lin Luo slowly walked to the dance floor, accompanied by the melodious dance music. The two of them danced gracefully with their bodies close together. Many men's greedy eyes were still on Monli, unable to extricate themselves. During this period, someone also recognized Luo Lin's identity. He came forward to say hello. Regarding her identity in number 76, Lin Luo had already explained it to Monli in the hotel, so at this time, she did not show any inappropriateness. In the crowd of onlookers, a figure came forward and approached the two. Lin Luo quickly noticed the man's movements and was unmoved, until he walked in front of him. He turned his head and looked at the man as if he had just discovered it. That righteous face, which was obviously a good man, was clearly reflected in Lin Luo's eyes. Mingcheng. "Hello, Mr. Luo. You are the secretary of Chief Ming. Your name is Mingcheng." Mingcheng, with thick eyebrows and big eyes, replied with a smile. He looked around and said softly, "Chief Ming has heard of Mr. Luo for a long time and wants to talk to you. I wonder if Mr. Luo can give me a chance." "Of course." Lin Luo agreed. Under Mingcheng's lead, he pulled Monli and left the dance floor again, although there must be many hidden lines monitoring him. But so what? It was Mingcheng who came to find him, not him who took the initiative to approach and want to meet Ming Lu. Even if he reported it to Nan Tian Yoko, she would not think there was any problem. Soon, several people came to the door of an office. Mingcheng stepped forward and knocked on the door. "Chief Ming, Mr. Luo is here." In front of outsiders, he always called Ming Lu Chief Ming. Only when he was at home would he call him Big Brother. A gentle and easygoing response came from inside the door. "Okay, let him in." Pushing open the door, several people walked into the room. In front of a desk, Ming Lu was wearing a refined suit and a pair of gold-rimmed glasses on his face, looking up at several people. "This lady is..." "You will know her identity in a moment, don't worry." Lin Luo replied. Minglu's eyes flashed, but a knowing smile appeared on his face. He turned to look at Mingcheng. "Cheng, you were not here just now. Chief Nantian sent someone to discuss something with you. You don't have to wait here, go over first." "Yes." Mingcheng exchanged glances with him, nodded and left. The office door was tightly closed. Ming Lu stood up and walked over here. He gestured with his hand. "Don't be polite, sit down casually. I just heard that Mr. Luo is a young talent, and I want to meet the pillars of the country. I hope Mr. Luo will not be offended." In the whole plot of the disguiser, everyone said that Minglu's hiding was the most successful, but Lin Luo disagreed. In terms of evil, Wang Manchun is the most straightforward. In terms of cruelty, Wang Tianfeng deserves it. In terms of brains, as long as he is not impulsive, Ming Tai can also stand on his own. As for disguise, Lin Luo thought for a long time and still felt that Monli was the best. She can be sinister, warm and kind, and can be a person with many faces in different environments. As for Ming Lu, to put it bluntly, he is good at everything, but he is not proficient in anything. After combining the advantages of everyone and being moderate, the character Ming Lu was formed. As for his good impression, Lin Luo definitely did not have any. "Chief Ming called me over, it should not be as simple as just to see me." He crossed his legs and smiled. "By the way, Chief Ming." Lin Luo pointed to Monli beside him. "Her identity, don't you know?" Ming Lu was stunned, and his eyes observed Monli's face for a long time. Then he laughed heartily. "I really don't know, who is this lady?" "You Monli." Lin Luo introduced. "A member of the National Government Military Control Commission, affiliated with." This is not clear, but her teacher, Chief Ming should be very familiar with. At this point, Mingluo's smile on his face could no longer be suppressed. Venomous B. I wonder if Commander Ming has any impression of you. Or, let me call you something else. Lin Luo stretched out his right hand to him. Nice to meet you, Viper. Ming Lu's expression changed drastically after he finished speaking. Manly also widened her eyes at this time, looking at Ming Lu in surprise. The man in front of him was actually the famous Viper. For Ming Lu. Even if it was Minami Yoko, although he suspected that he was a Viper, he didn't test it so directly, and, from Lin Luo's tone, it can be heard, he was completely sure that he was a Viper. Ming Lu's eyes flickered. Mr. Luo. He wanted to use his past experience to get away with this matter, but he just said a few words and couldn't think of how to explain it. After holding it in for a long time, he asked in a deep voice, Who are you? Me. Lin Luo pointed at himself. After a light laugh, he said, You can ask Minami Yoko to confirm my identity. She knows it. But from now on, I don't know whether Minami Yoko still believes you or not. What do you mean? Ming Lu frowned and asked. Why do you think she called Ming Qing over? Lin Luo answered, Use the information gap between the two parties, he can tell Ming Lu all of Minami Yoko's plans. Ming Tai was arrested by Wang Manchun at noon today. You should know about this. Ming Lu did not respond, which means he did know about this. Ming Tai has a watch that was given to him by Dufeng. Now, the watch is in Nantian Yangzi's office. If Mingqing sees the watch, what will he do? Ming Lu frowned and thought, and his eyes suddenly showed fear. Looking at his expression, he obviously guessed the consequences. Talking to a smart person, Lin Luo also felt very relaxed. By the way, I also told Nantian Yangzi that you are Dufeng. Swish. Ming Lu stood up instantly, took out a pistol from his arms, and pointed it at Lin Luo. Manli also took out a pistol at the same time as him. Ming Lu pointed his gun at Lin Luo, while Manli took out two guns and pointed them at Ming Luo's head. He looked surprised and asked in surprise, Aren't you a military agent? Manli did not answer. Lin Luo reached out and pulled her back, hugged her slender waist, and replied for her, She used to be, but now she is mine. Lorraine. Who are you? What do you want to do? Ming Lu roared. Don't be nervous, don't be nervous. Lin Luo waved his hand. Although Minami Yoko knows that you are a venomous snake, she has no evidence and will not rashly arrest you as the deputy director. If you don't want to expose your identity, then I advise you to put down the gun. Otherwise, you shoot. Sitting on the sofa, Lin Luo shrugged indifferently. After struggling for a long time in his heart, Ming Lu finally did not act impulsively. He slowly put the gun back into his arms and sat back on the sofa. That's right. Lin Luo smiled. In front of Ming Lu, he patted Manli's waist and told her, Manli, go out now and help me do something. Manli turned her head and looked puzzled. What's the matter? There is a person named Aunt Gue in the club, you go find her. Ming Lu. Then, kill her. No. Ming Lu frowned and stopped, but Lin Luo raised his hand to stop him from speaking. Aunt Gue's true identity is an agent arranged by Nan Tianyangzi, codenamed Lone Wolf. It's best to shoot her to death in front of the Sakura soldiers. As for the reason, just say that she contradicted you or something like that, anything will do. Lin Luo arranged in an orderly manner, Nan Tianyangzi knows that you are my person, she will not embarrass you in person. If she asks you where I am now, just tell her the truth. Chapter 57, Changes to the Death Spy Plan. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Manli left the office and looked for the lone wolf. The door closed slowly. Lin Luo sat more relaxed on the sofa. Ming Lu in front of him looked more tense and serious. How is the soundproofing in this office? What do you mean? Ming Lu asked vigilantly. As long as you don't shoot, even if someone is close to the door, you can't hear the sound. If it were in modern times, he would probably doubt whether Lorraine had any ideas about him. Fortunately, it is the 20th century now. That's good. Lin Luo smiled. Nothing else, just want to talk about the dead spy plan. Dead spy. Plan. Plan. Ming Lu widened his eyes and his breathing seemed very rapid. This plan was made by Du Feng himself, without anyone's hands. Even he himself didn't know the specific content of the plan. How did Lorraine know? I remember, you may not know the content of the plan yet. Lin Luo thought thoughtfully, he then recounted the content of the plan to Ming Lu. Of course, all the spoilers were deleted or modified. It was nothing more than sacrificing Wang Tianfeng's own life, in addition to the lives of Guo Qiyun, Yu Manli, and Ming Tai. The special high section believed that the intelligence was true, while sending out the real intelligence. The false intelligence was also sent to the Sakura military. The plan was simple, but it would sacrifice many people. After Ming Lu heard the plan, his pupils slightly dilated and his eyes were blank. At first, he doubted the authenticity of the death spy plan mentioned by Luo Lin, but after listening, Ming Lu, who was familiar with the character of the poisonous bee, instantly believed that this plan must have come from Wang Tianfeng. As for where Luo Lin got the information, it was no longer important. Other things didn't matter. What Ming Lu couldn't stand the most was that Wang Tianfeng actually wanted to sacrifice Ming Tai in exchange for the success of the plan. Once the eldest sister knew about this, she would probably make a scene. Countless imaginary pictures flashed through Ming Luo's mind. If possible, he would even be willing to use his own life to exchange for Ming Tai's survival. While he was thinking, Lin Luo sat on the sofa, tapping the armrest with his fingers. I have no objection to the dead spy plan. But now, I want to change the specific content of the plan. What do you mean? Ming Lu raised his head, puzzled, and complex emotions flashed in his eyes. It's very simple. He snapped his fingers. The person who implements the plan needs to be changed. Looking at the confused Ming Lu, Lin Luo smiled and said, from the perspective of Chief Ming, you don't want Ming Tai to sacrifice in vain, right? Similarly, I don't want Manli to die innocently. If the implementer of the dead spy plan is replaced by someone with more weight, I believe that Minami, Yoko and others can also accept the authenticity of the intelligence. What do you think? Ming Lu thought about it and nodded in agreement. He looked at Lin Luo again in confusion and asked, then who is the more important implementer you are talking about? You. Hearing the answer, Ming Lu was suddenly stunned. Speaking of letting others die, Lin Luo's face did not have any strange emotions, just like assigning work to subordinates. Ming Lu, deputy director of the new government Secret Service Committee, was found to be a special agent of Shanqing military control, codenamed Viper. Lurking in high places, delivering countless important military intelligence to the Third War Zone. With the efforts of the Special High Section and Number 76, things finally ushered in an important turning point. First, the poisonous bee King Tianfeng betrayed, leaked the military code book, and cooperated to provide evidence of Ming Lu's collusion with the enemy. In order to protect the intelligence, Ming Qing swallowed the intelligence before his death, trying to protect the military deployment situation. And the former deputy director Ming Lu was intercepted by the Special High Section while taking intelligence out of Ming Cheng's stomach, and the intelligence was leaked. Ming Lu would rather die than surrender, and died generously. After a brief and concise narration, Lin Luo's expression was indifferent, looking at Ming Lu. Seeing that his face was pale, sweat was overflowing from his forehead, and he looked a little uneasy, he couldn't help but sneer in his heart and said, if the information is false, is it too much to exchange the life of a deputy director? What will the Special High Section think? What does Chief Ming think? Ming Lu was speechless. His current identity is the deputy director of the new government Special Affairs Committee, a position below a few people and above millions of people. Even if the Special High Section is in the atmosphere, it would never have thought that the Military Control Commission would be willing to use his life as a trap. If it was Ming Tai and the others, the plan might still fail. If it was me, it would definitely succeed. Ming Lu didn't dare to think any further. It's not that he didn't dare to sacrifice, but the price of sacrifice seemed to be unable to pay for it. Unfortunately, Lin Luo predicted his prediction. Commander Ming, do you mean to say that you are in a high position and this exchange is not worth it? That he stood up and looked down at Ming Lu from above. As long as there is sacrifice, it must be a loss. The best result is that no one dies and the plan can be completed. Why can Guo Qiyu die, Manli die, and even Wang Tianfeng die, but why can't you, Ming Lu, die? In terms of status, Wang Tianfeng seems to be no worse than you, right? Lin Luo's tone gradually became sharp. Ming Lu, who has been in a high position for a long time, couldn't help but bow his head and remain silent. Bang! A gunshot suddenly sounded outside the door. Soon, noisy footsteps were heard, echoing in the corridor. Looking at the direction where the gunshots came from, Lin Luo sighed deeply. Ming Tai has your protection. If the plan is completed, he may still have a chance to survive. But, like Monli and others, who are more obscure and even their real names are unknown, who can protect them? Regardless of whether Ming Lu agrees or not, Lin Luo has already made up his mind. Without saying anything more, he started to walk towards the door. If you and Mingqing implement the plan, you may both be able to get out of it unscathed. As for Ming Tai, I won't let him out of number 76. How to change the plan, you can discuss the details with Wang Tianfeng. In addition. Stopping, Lin Luo said in a deep voice, when everything is over, I plan to send Monli to Yan'an. If there is a channel, please help me contact it. After that, he pushed the door and left. In the office, Ming Lu slumped on the sofa, his face pale. He stared blankly at the chandelier above his head. The previous high spirits were gone at this moment. In the banquet hall, after the initial noise, the scene was quickly controlled by the army. The soldiers formed a big circle and did not let anyone get close. Nan Tian Yoko stood in the middle, looking gloomy, on the ground. Aunt Goe, who was full of gray hair, had a big hole on her forehead. And blood was flowing all over the ground, and Monli stood in front of her with a nonchalant expression on her face. With superhuman strength, Lin Luo pushed away many soldiers and squeezed directly to the middle. Seeing the body lying on the ground, he was startled at first, then frowned and looked at Monli. Monli, are you in trouble again? Commander Nan Tian. Lin Luo turned his head and squeezed out an apologetic smile. I'm really sorry, Monli is used to being lawless and causing such a big trouble. What do you need us to do, Commander Nan Tian? Just tell us. He nodded to Nan Tian Yoko. Who told her to be blind and ruin my dress? It's not my fault. Monli pouted. Shut up. Lin Luo shouted coldly. He had seen Monli's acting skills in the original plot, and he absolutely believed it, but Minami Yoko's face became even uglier. She had reason to suspect that the two men were definitely intentional. There were so many people in the club, why was it the lone wolf who was shot? However, Lorraine has a German background and cannot act rashly. Thinking of what Mr. Fujita said, Minami Yoko gritted her teeth and swallowed her anger back into her stomach. Forget it. Commander Luo, you are a distinguished guest of the Special High Section. This matter is purely accidental, so let it be. Chapter 58 The Venomous Bee arrives. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The carefully arranged dance ended hastily in a strange atmosphere. Yoko Minami was lying in the office, closing her eyes and meditating. Developments as in the original plot. After Mingqing discovered the watch, he subconsciously hid it and brought it back to Ming Lu for review. Just this action, Nantian Yoko has determined that Ming Lu must be connected with Yamashiro. Maybe it's like Lorraine said. Ming Lu is a poisonous snake. But in the current situation, she doesn't have enough evidence to take action against Ming Lu. After all, the other party is a senior official of the new government and has a cooperative relationship with the special higher education course. Taking action hastily will only break the empire's arrangements for many years. She also needs an opportunity to find a breakthrough in Ming Lu. While I was thinking, there was a knock on the door. Tuck tuck. Enter. Soldiers from the extra high school class walked in. Section Chief, we have received the latest information, and there are suspected traces of poisonous bees. Nantian Yoko stood up suddenly. Speak quickly. Hi. The soldier lowered his head. I received a tip on the 76th. At noon today, Venomous Bee appeared at Jiangyin Pier and got on the ferry. The destination is the Magic City. By this time, we should have arrived in the city. What? After listening to the report, Minami Yoko was stunned for a moment. Suddenly a light flashed in her eyes. Breakthrough. This is the opportunity. After making a preliminary plan in her mind, she issued an order. assemble all number 76 to dispatch and enforce martial law at all docks and stations. At the same time, if you find traces of suspected poisonous bees, report them immediately. Hi. The soldier took the order and exited the office. On Chaffee Road, two figures intertwined and came from the intersection. Lin Luo hurried home with Monli in tow. It's the perfect time to get things done, so how can we waste time at the dance party? Besides, all the people I wanted to see have already been met. Next, it's time to wait for Mingluo's performance. Seeing that he was about to arrive home, Lin Luo's hands became dishonest. Taking advantage of the dim light, he kept wandering around Monli's body. It made her blush with embarrassment. When passing by the photo studio, I took a look. The photo studio was dark, and there was no sound. When starting to walk towards the Western-style building, Monli's footsteps paused. She looked in front of her, her body trembling slightly. A spontaneous fear appeared on her delicate face. Lin Luo was startled and turned to look ahead. In the darkness where the shadows of the trees fell, a middle-aged man wearing a windbreaker walked out slowly. He had two mustaches and deep eyes. Wang Tianfeng. Lin Luo narrowed his eyes and exclaimed, knowing that Wang Tianfeng was on the way. He didn't expect him to arrive so soon. Moreover, he actually blocked himself. Wang Tianfeng looked at the forest for a long time, and then looked at Monli. A smile suddenly appeared on his face, but his smile was not warm. Instead it made people feel cold in their hearts. Not long after you came out to perform the mission, Monli, your skills have improved a lot recently. Teacher. Don't call me teacher, you have graduated. Wang Tianfeng said expressionlessly, turning to look at Lin Luo. I just received the telegram. Boss Dai came to the Magic City to inspect, but he was slapped in the face. If I guess correctly, you should be the one who did it, right? Lorraine, that I didn't feel that when I was watching the show before. Now, Lin Luo deeply understood what the real smile hides a knife was. No wonder Mingtai and Monli were so afraid of Wang Tianfeng. But I have nothing to be afraid of. Facing Wang Tianfeng's gnawing gaze, he instead smiled proudly and said, you guessed it right, it was me who did it. This answer almost stopped Wang Tianfeng. I forgot to tell you that the action station you set up in Magic City was also captured by my men. Including Mingtai and Guo Qiyun, they are still squatting in cell 76. Do you want to visit them? That Wang Tianfeng's smile instantly faded, and his eyes bulged as he stared at Lin Luo. You Monli. You are rebelling. That he thought that Lin Luo was from the special high school or number 76. Without any hesitation, Wang Tianfeng took out his gun and pulled the trigger on Monli. Bang! Gunfire rang out. Monli's face was pale and her body was shaking violently. He wanted to reach out and cover the wound, but found that he felt no pain. Come to your senses. Only then did she see that Lorraine's arm was actually blocking her body. In Wang Tianfeng's horrified eyes, Lin Luo sneered, seemingly unable to feel the pain on his exploded arm. Clang. The warhead dropped to the ground with a crisp sound. At this moment, Monli and Wang Tianfeng were in sync, looking at Lin Luo with dull expressions. My arm was broken, but I could endure such pain. Is this horse a human? The two people were in a state of confusion, which made Lin Luo feel a little proud. He really didn't expect that Wang Tianfeng, a madman, would actually shoot directly. In desperation, he could only reach out and try to catch the bullet. Sure enough, the plots in movies and TV series will not happen in reality. If you dare to take action again, don't blame me for being rude. Lin Luo shouted coldly, turning to look at Monli. Are you not scared? No. Monli shook her head with lingering fear. Hey, who is that? Lin Luo shouted coldly, waking up Wang Tianfeng. If you have anything to do, go to Ming Lu and he will explain the situation to you. How to change and complete the dead spy plan, you guys should discuss it yourself, don't get involved. As he said that, a cold look flashed across Lin Luo's face. With your two identities, the plan will be easier to complete. As for Monli, from now on, she will officially break off relations with the Military Control Commission. It doesn't matter if you disagree. If necessary, I can go to Shanqing in person and ask Boss Dai for permission. These words were full of threats. In addition to what happened just now, his expressionless state, even Wang Tianfeng didn't dare to be careless. after thinking silently for a long time, his expression flickered, and he nodded imperceptibly. He stepped back, and his figure disappeared into the dark corner again. Lin Luo looked for a while, then retracted his sight. He reached out and grabbed Monli's arm, and started to rush home quickly. Not long after, the sound of cars and footsteps sounded at the same time. A team of police officers and agents from number 76 appeared at the same time to investigate the gunshots just now. After searching for a long time, no clues were found. I can only turn around and go back. Xiafei Road regained its tranquility, returned to the Western-style house, calmed Monli's emotions. As the sky gradually darkened, the bedrooms soon became full of gunfire. Fortunately, these are all single-family buildings, and the neighbors can't hear the noise here. Monli was once an expert in this aspect of communication. Lin Luo, who has more than 400 physical attributes, certainly did not admit defeat. It was not until the second half of the night that the gunfire slowly subsided, and in the early hours of the morning, gunshots suddenly rang out outside the extremely quiet Magic City. The gunshots continued, and when they reached the city, they were so weak that they were almost inaudible. Lin Luo, who was sleeping in the quilt, opened his eyes. He put on a coat and walked to the balcony, looking in the direction of the gunshots. If nothing unexpected happened, there should be no surprises. The dead spy plan was officially launched. Chapter 59 Rebellion. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Number 76 is brightly lit all night. There are more than a dozen special agents guarding the entrance and exit, checking everyone's identity. Inside the prison, Wang Manchun crossed his legs and sat on the chair, looking at the man chained in front of her. A smile appeared on her face. Director Wang, I have admired him for a long time. The man was wearing white clothes with many blood stains on them. Slowly looking up, it was Wang Tianfeng, who had just finished communicating with Lin Luo. Wang Tianfeng was silent for a while and smiled slightly. Both each other, Director Wang. He looked at Wang Manchun, and the two looked at each other for a few seconds. Since we are so familiar, Wang Manchun said with a smile, I won't talk in circles with you. Director Wang, where is the codebook? Wang Tianfeng's expression did not change. Girl, you have found the wrong person. Really? Wang Manchun curled her lips and thought, maybe I made a mistake. But why did Director Wang return to the Magic City this time? Family matters. Wang Tianfeng replied. Wang Manchun was surprised. Oh. When did Director Wang settle down in the Magic City? This time, Wang Tianfeng did not answer in a hurry. He thought for a moment, sighed slightly. It doesn't hurt to tell you. The military commander had a smuggling cargo ship that was robbed at Wuzongku. He narrowed his eyes and said, the superiors suspected that it was done by one of our own, so they sent me over to take a look. Smuggling cargo ship? Wang Manchun was a little lost. The smuggling ship he was talking about should be the one hijacked by Lorraine. However, Wang Tianfeng also said that it was his own military commander who robbed the ship. Could it be that Lorraine is really a military commander? Thinking of Nanchun's advice, Wang Manchun reacted, wrong. There is something fishy about this matter. She thought clearly about the crux of the problem and sneered. The dignified director of military control personally came to the Magic City to investigate a smuggling ship. I risk my life for money. Do you think I'm a child? Wang Manchun waved his hand, and someone came over with a tray. She picked up a watch from the tray. Does Director Wang have any impression of this watch? The moment he saw the watch, Wang Tianfeng's pupils tightened and he pretended to try to maintain his composure. The watch was his graduation gift to Ming Tai. Appearing here means that Ming Tai has been captured by number 76, of course. He already knew these things. Sensing the change in Wang Tianfeng's expression, Wang Manchun smiled in triumph. It doesn't matter if you don't answer, at least his emotion said it all. This matter is definitely related to Ming Tai and even the entire Ming family. Wang Manchun smiled and sighed. You are so uncooperative, it is really difficult for me to do this. It seems that I can only use some more methods. With that said, she stood up and walked to the table and brought out some tissue paper. He handed it to Wang Tianfeng and signaled. I have a copy of your confession here, and I also have your fingerprints printed on it. Of course, I did it without your knowledge. It records in detail when you rebelled against the military commander and intercepted the smuggling ship. If this confession gets into the newspapers. Wang Manchun smiled. What do you think the military commander will do with you and your family? Wang Tianfeng raised his head and stared at him. Director Wang. Wang Manchun leaned over and said, once I know that the codebook has left the Magic City safely, this confession will be published in the newspapers. If you choose to cooperate, not only can I send you away, but I can also give you a handsome reward. How you choose is up to you. Observing Wang Tianfeng's violently trembling right hand, she smiled even more. Turn around and prepare to leave. Etc. From behind, Wang Tianfeng's deep voice came. Can you promise that you will keep your word? The morning light appears. When Lin Luo arrived at number 76, he immediately noticed the changes here. Everyone looked serious and walked in a hurry. He went straight to Liang Zhongquan's office, pushed the door and entered the room. At this time, Liang Zhongquan was sitting at his desk and meditating. Hearing the noise, he looked up. Mr. Luo, he stood up with joy on his face, welcomed Lin Luo to the sofa and sat down. What happened here? Lin Luo asked. Liang Zhongquan frowned and said in distress, last night, Wang Manchun took away everyone from the operations office and captured the poisonous bee. Venomous bee. Wang Tianfeng. Lin Luo pretended to be surprised. Liang Zhongquan nodded and sighed heavily. Not only that, after a night of interrogation, all the poisonous bees were recruited. Now, Wang Manchun is leading people to the government office, saying that he is going to arrest people. As he spoke, he raised his eyes to observe Lin Luo's expression. I heard from several subordinates that the person she wants to arrest this time is Chief Ming. Not only the military commander was doing the smuggling business, but Liang Zhongquan was also doing it, relying on Mingqing's connections. He made a lot of money, but who would have thought that Ming Lu and Mingqing were secretly agents of the military command? If the two of them fall, it will definitely affect themselves. At this moment, Liang Zhongquan thought that the only person he could rely on was Lorraine. After listening to his statement, Lin Luo remained silent. According to the current situation, the death plan is going smoothly. What Ming Lu and Mingqing have to do is to try their best to escape the pursuit of number 76. With Ming Luo's identity, the special high school can believe in the authenticity of the codebook without their sacrifice. After all, codebooks are changed frequently. There is no need to sacrifice a deputy director to play a trick of cutting off the source of the trouble, so, just wait for the special high section to get the code book and send it to the third war zone, then I can officially start the assassination mission of the plot characters. Mr. Luo. Liang Zhongquan reminded softly. He saw Lin Luo's expression changing from time to time, and he was even more uncertain. You should have nothing to do with the Military Control Commission. Will you be implicated? Don't worry. Lin Luo came back to his senses and comforted him with a smile. I'm just thinking, from your perspective, do you want Ming Lu and others to be caught, or to escape successfully? Liang Zhongquan was stunned. With a suspicious expression, he quickly replied, as the director of the operations department, all those who are enemies of the new government must be brought to justice. He said these words righteously. It's just a matter of carving a few words on his face. I am very loyal. Ming Lu will indeed be caught, but not for the new government, but because the dead spy plan needs him. If the plan fails, in order to improve the dungeon rating, Lin Luo had no choice but to kill people. He had to kill everyone who died in the original plot. Liang Zhongquan, Guo Qian, Wang Tianfeng, Ming Jing, even Manli, all had to die at the end of the plot. The pressure in his heart was too great. And there was no place to vent, so he could only keep piling up on himself and explode when it reached the critical point. It was hard to imagine what would happen at that time. When the special high section gets the code book, tell me. Liang Zhongquan narrowed his eyes. Okay. Lin Luo asked again, are the traitors I asked you to catch before still in prison? Except for the person you told me to do, everyone else has been secretly executed. Liang Zhongquan replied, thanks to Mr. Luo. Before he finished speaking, Lin Luo's expression froze instantly. More than a dozen 2-star level reincarnations, except for Shimen Xiaxue, all were executed by him. Blasting. Observing his expression, Liang Zhongquan's body was stiff. He knew he had done something wrong and didn't dare to say anything more. Fortunately, Lin Luo controlled his emotions. After silently repeating greed is like a snake swallowing an elephant several times, he gradually calmed down. Forget it, take me to see the remaining person first. Chapter 60 The death knell has sounded. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Following Liang Zhongchuan, the two came to the prison. Wang Manchun also knew that he had caught spies inside number 76 before, but because there was little noise, in the end, only a dozen people were caught. Moreover, they were all unknown minor characters. Wang Manchun did not care much and let Liang Zhongchuan do whatever he wanted. Outside a remote cell in the prison, there were several of Liang Zhongchuan's men guarding. Seeing the two people coming, saluted respectfully, Director, Chief Luo. Go down and rest first, you don't need to guard here. Liang Zhongchuan waved his hand. Yes, that the few people were very happy, packed up their things and left. Liang Zhongchuan opened the door of the cell and gestured to Lin Luo to go in first. You go back too. Lin Luo said lightly, I'll come to find you after we finish here. The conversation later will definitely talk about things related to the reincarnation space. No one can be allowed to listen in. After hesitating, Liang Zhongchuan smiled and agreed, turned and left. Looking at the dark and gloomy cell, Lin Luo sneered and stepped in. The ground was covered with mess and filth, and there was almost no place to stand. In the corner, a figure in brown prison clothes lay there silently. No. It was a white prison uniform, but his limbs were broken and his body was covered with wounds. The blood completely soaked the whole clothes. Hearing the sound, Shimen Shueshue raised his head with difficulty and looked at the person who came in. Who is there? That his body was weak. I'm really not a spy, please let me go, I'm really not. You have no evidence, why do you want to arrest me? As he approached, a foul smell came to his face was covered with yellow and black dirt. As the initiator, Lin Luo knew what these dirt were. It felt a bit too disgusting and didn't dare to get too close. Of course I know you're not a spy. But. Lin Luo smiled and said, who exposed yourself? Shimen Xiaoxue tried to look up, but couldn't understand the meaning of this sentence. By the way, didn't you say you were going to tear me apart before? Now I'm here, come and tear me apart. Lin Luo stood condescendingly. Shimen Xiaoxue, that the light shout echoed in the prison. Instantly, countless scenes seemed to flash before Shimen Xiaoxue's eyes. He looked excited, and he didn't care about the severe pain in his limbs, twisting and struggling. He kept screaming in his mouth, It's you. It's you. Impossible, you are obviously just an ordinary person. Why can number 76 listen to you? I'm going to kill you. I'm really scared. Lin Luo showed disdain, then he laughed dumbly and said, I see you are pitiful, let me tell you another thing. Hey, that he shouted first to attract Shimen Xiaoxue's attention. Suck. Listen, my name is Galaxy. If you can see me again, you are welcome to seek revenge on me at any time. After saying that, he waved his hand and hit the prison wall. The hard wall bricks were broken, and large pieces of blue bricks fell. Lin Luo bent down and picked up a blue brick on the ground, about 20 centimeters long, walked slowly towards Shimen Xiaoxue. After listening to his self-introduction, Shimen Xiaoxue suddenly stagnated. Galaxy. Impossible, how can you be? Before he finished speaking, the huge blue brick hit him in the face. As a 2-star, ordinary person, Shimen Xiaoxue, actually his strength is quite good, but he was too dirty, and Lin Luo couldn't move his mouth, so he gave up the idea of sucking him. Just holding the blue brick, he chiseled him hard again and again. There were constant gunshots in the magic city, according to the plan. Ming Lu and Mingqing had to plan their escape route before dawn. They first went to the Ming family's flour mill and were soon hunted by number 76. After a fierce gunfight, they fled to the train station. In order to hunt down Wang Tianfeng, the special heist section had already laid a dragnet at various docks and stations, so Ming Lu and Mingqing had nowhere to retreat, until they were forced into a desperate situation. Mingqing, holding 2 guns, faced the fire net head-on, attracting the attention of the special heist section. Ming Lu took advantage of the chaos to escape and sneaked back into the city. Mingqing was outnumbered and Captured after being besieged by dozens of people, fortunately, his life was not in danger. In view of his relationship with Ming Lu, Mingqing was sent to the Sakura Military Hospital for treatment and saved his life. From Wang Tianfeng, Wang Manchun learned that there were 2 code books. Among them, the one escorted by several unknown agents was a fake code book. Wang Tianfeng personally led the team to kill this group of agents, and what Ming Lu and his team escorted was the real code book. Of the Third War Zone. In the original plan, Mingqing died generously, swallowed the code book into his stomach, and waited for his own death, and then was sent out of the magic city with his body. However, he did not die, but was sent to the military hospital. For the mission, Ming Lu had to risk his life and sneak into the hospital to get the code book, but Minami Yoko expected his actions, under layers of defense. In the end, Ming Lu, the deputy director of the Special Agent Committee, was captured by Wang Manchun himself. When Wang Tianfeng came to persuade him to surrender, Ming Lu used the blade hidden in his mouth to cut his neck. The death of Du Feng made the Special High Section completely believe in the authenticity of the code book. In fact, the code book in Mingqing's stomach was just a backup. After receiving the telegram, Shanxing will make corresponding adjustments to the Third War Zone according to the instructions. This move is to improve the dead spy plan. After all, no one would think that at the cost of the sacrifice of 2 military directors, a fake code book was escorted. Such a plan can only be thought of by a madman. Coincidentally, Wang Tianfeng is a madman. After a whole day of fighting, the code book, whose authenticity has been confirmed, was sent to Nan Tianyangzi's desk. She was overjoyed. The army was quickly mobilized to send the code book to the Third War Zone. In the office, Lin Luo, whose suit was splattered with blood, sat on the sofa with a calm face. This fierce look made Liang Zhongchuan feel uneasy. Suddenly, the phone rang. Liang Zhongchuan subconsciously got up and answered the phone. After listening for a while, he hung up the phone and looked at Lin Luo anxiously. Mr. Luo, there is news. Ming Lu and Ming Cheng have been captured, Wang Tianfeng has been executed, and the code book has been sent to the Special High Section by Wang Manchun. However, the situation on Minami Yoko's side cannot be determined for the time being. Lin Luo frowned deeply after listening. The plan has been changed. Why did Du Feng still die? Could it be that in order to make the plan more thorough, he took the initiative to ask for death? Forget it, it doesn't matter, since the dead spy plan has been completed. Next, it's time for him to take action. He will know what the attitude of the Special High Section is. As long as all the people who should be killed are killed, the copy of the Pretender should be over. Thinking of this, Lin Luo got up from the sofa. Mr. Luo, Liang Zhongchuan shouted in surprise. Where are you going? Turning his head to look at him, Lin Lu thought for a moment. Later, if you hear gunshots, send someone to pick up Yumonli and escort her to Yan'an. By the way, if you don't want your family to get into trouble, I suggest you send them to Yan'an together. At least their safety will be guaranteed. If everything goes well. Lin Luo chuckled. Special High Section, no one can survive. After that, he turned and left. 11.13. There are many more before, the content in brackets. I forgot to mention it at the end, but you should be able to see it.